Good evening, boys. Happy Monday bonus All Stars. If you could all just let me know that you can hear us. Just had a few sound issues the last couple of times. So just plugged in a new headset rather. Welcome to a bonus Monday Night All Stars to get you in the festive mood. And tonight, as always, we've got some ultra competitive games for you. We've got Aborigines against Hobart, Blitz against the Vikings, which promises to be tasty. Bushrats against Townsville, which we're going to push slightly later because Tato is at swimming. We've got Rapa Nui against Unicorns. We've got Dragons against the W's, and we'll probably push that a little bit later on because that looks a tasty fixture. And then we've got Tutuvia and Vanuatu and Wanganui against AFC. Delighted to be joined by Rob Sloth tonight in Co-Coms. Rob, how are you feeling about the upcoming Christmas period? Yeah, eloquent as always, Rob. It's great insight. We'll come to you throughout the course of the show, mate, and just get your views. Anything else you want to say to anybody listening at home? Yeah, no worries, Rob. Well done. And Rapa Nui are obviously doing really, really well this season. So we don't have anything other than Tato going later for swimming. So we'll just see where the game wants to take us. Oh, and we'll start here. We'll start at Rapa Nui against the Unicorns. Rapa Nui, who have been on an upward trend and have really kind of stabilised themselves over the last couple of game weeks. A couple of really positive results for the Rapa Nui boys. 3 wins on the spin and 3 clean sheets, which given, Matarazzi hasn't really convinced in competitive champ, but Hoffland is very, very good. This is how he goes, looking to make it 4 on the spin. He is up against Smuts' Unicorns. Must have already clicked through on them. Smuts' Unicorns, who go like this. And interestingly, when I was looking at Unicorns, they got off to an absolute flyer. 3 wins on the spin, and then have been absolutely bang average since, with 1 win in about 9. So pretty piss poor from Smuts over the last couple of game weeks, having won 3 off the spin and 3 clean sheets, I think they got as well. No, just the 1 goal conceded in 3 games. But this is how they go tonight, and we'll see who wins this one. Rapa Nui with some early pressure, 5 minutes gone. Van Bommel kicks it out of play. And there is Lee Boyer. He's been a good signing for Rob since Patrick Vieira went out. And there is Julian Guerrero. 2-0 inside 15 minutes. Rapa Nui are the real deal this year. And Penza with a half a chance, but he has been really quiet for the Unicorns for a good while. 30 minutes played. Rapa Nui absolutely on top. Can they get a half time with a clean sheet intact? And it's more than a clean sheet. It's 3-0 at half time. And that is absolute footballing dominance from Rapa Nui. Rob, how do you feel about that? Yeah, fantastic, mate. Great contribution as ever. 8s and 7s across the board, really. But stand out with a lot there is Matarazzi and Hoffland as that centre-half pairing who look absolutely dominant. They've won just about everything that's been in there. And have not let anything get past them. Smuts said it was unlikely that he'd be around, but I haven't got any kind of predetermined instructions from him. Fitness looks absolutely all right. The ratings look absolutely shocking. So I think it is fair to hook Elefthropoulos there for him. Sure, we'll not mind that. And that, what would that be? 4.5 games now? No, sorry, 3.5 games now. So 9, 18, 27, 45. So it'd be 315 minutes that Rapa Nui have went without conceding a goal. That's pretty darn impressive. And Rob says roll it until 60. Jacques offside, who is leaving the club this evening. 50 minutes played now. Salas with another chance. 51 minutes played. Boya. Rapa Nui are absolutely on top. You think there's probably only going to be one team that scores some more. Calm with a big save. 57 minutes played, 61 minutes played. A little bit more pressure from Unicorns now as we go over. And look at those ratings for Rob. Absolutely incredible. the yellow card for Materazzi may be the only thing you want to protect, but yeah, you wouldn't blame him if he didn't. Over the Unicorns again, pretty poor from them across the board. Yeah, sorry, Smuts, I took your keeper off at half time, mate. He was on a 4. 60 minutes if you want to do anything, yeah. That's where you're at in terms of the match. You have came into it after the half time. Smuts, I'll just give you a couple of minutes just to digest the situation. Let us know what you want to do. I do wonder if Smuts is on the verge of kind of trying to do something radically different. That is a horrific run of form, that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This will be 1 win in 10. 1 win in 10, haven't won the first 3. 1 at the back. Okay. It's got to be Sammy then. Let us know what else you want to do there, Carlos. Statement win for Rob, this would be. We'll put up the second, which would be massive. Yeah, Smuts, I haven't seen anything else come through for you, mate. I don't know if it's just a really long message or if it's came through and then disappeared. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds, mate, and then I'm going to crack on. Okay, Commandina for Honshaw. 2 up top. Oh. 2 up top. We're coming into a 3 EMs. Like that. Commanding for Honshaw, 2 up top. Riquelme into a 3 EMC. Let us know what you want to do with arrows there, please, mate. And Rob Sloth's got to be licking his lips at that. Let me know what you want to do with the 3 EMC spots. Direct your left, arrow on the central one only, and MVB back to the MC. Spot on, bud. Thank you very much. We'll see how that impacts things. Rob was a roll it. Why would you make any changes at all? As we've got about 25 minutes to play plus stoppages. Give him with a double save. Let one run free. That could have been 4-0, but he does follow up with the second save. Scally into the box. 78 minutes gone. And Penza, Scally. Unicorns have been better since half time. They do keep a second half clean sheet, but that first half, Lee Boy, your man of the match, 2 assists and a goal. Doesn't get much better than that. Was absolutely dominant. Rapanui up to second, and not really much to say over there. The wing back's doing good, but yeah, I think we're not far away from a reset from Smuts. 1 win in 10. Over to the that's Dimbles at football, so we'll push him a little bit later as well. Who's in the chat? Savage is about. Who's Sav got? Yeah, Sav's got rocks. Sav, we're going to go with you, my man. Over to Wanaganiwi, who have been pretty good. A little bit of a wobble. Over the last couple of weeks, but nothing too terminal. Still sitting there in second. And this is how he does go tonight with the now famed, infamous rather, Transport Depot. And we'll see what he can do tonight against the big news breaking for Nuku'alofa, whatever they're called, is that this guy plays up top. And yeah, they're on a pretty piss poor run. 1 win, 2 wins in about the last 8 or so, but still in contention. best of luck to both. Oh, and George Atos is injured straight away. George Atos, he's had a bit of a rough time with injuries, I think, this save. I'll just give Rocks about 30 seconds or so, but Arca straight in there on the wing makes total sense, I think, to me. Nothing from Rocks, so we'll go with that. As AFC do have a little bit more of the text. 10 minutes played. Gianna Cheddar in there, putting himself about a bit. Neville with a yellow card. And I was just about to say, Wanganui have just... Oh, wow. That's a big one. That's a big one. Jens Jeremy's injured on 17 minutes. We'll see what Sav wants to do. Both managers hampered by injuries. Yeah, Ado straight swap makes total sense. And we'll crack on. Monaghan, did have that disallowed goal and weren't really starting to exert themselves there, but sometimes the stoppages do just make it swing back the other way. And it's half time and nothing much happening really. Two teams cancel themselves out. Monaghan, felt as though they had the better of it in terms of the text. 6s and 7s of Montero on an 8, making 6 out of 7 tackles, with 5 of them being key. AFC there, 6s and 7s again. Julio Arcas came on and made 3 key tackles, won one of them. And yeah, he's doing all right there. As is from Sav, and we'll let Rocks just have a couple of seconds in case he pops up. As Zimbabwe are beating Mo Salah's Egypt in the AFCON. Interesting that. And we'll rock on to 60 for the boys. Wouldn't necessarily say it was an upset if the AFC would have beat Wanganui, but it would definitely be a bit of a coupon buster. 62 minutes played. AFC withhold the pressure. Nothing condition-wise to worry about for Rock, so we'll just jump over to Sav. Sav will just do it on that screen, mate. Gives you a little bit more of an insight into what's been going on. Shots from Berg and Ole Gunnar and Pavel Nedved. Other than that, very quiet. And we'll see what Sav wants to do there. Just while he's deciding, we'll go back onto Rox's team just in case he watches back or he appears in the chat. Mido doing fair enough there, doing all right stuff. Bit of a cult hero for Sav. He's done bits for him. Just give it a couple of more seconds there for you, Sav. I haven't seen anything come through, mate, so you just let me know. There we go. Solskjaer for Donovan. Cuevas for Zanoni. And done. And he run it through. Wanganui did have a spell of about 3 or 4 games that he did kind of win 1-0. And he'd happily take that here. And it is Mido. We talked him up at half time, and it is Mido who does get the goal. It's going to be another 1-0 to the Wanganui. Second chance, Donovan puts it to bed. The subs have absolutely played their part there. Dominance from AFC, from Wanganui, and Mido man of the match performance. We picked him out on 60, and he only went to kick on from there. Assists for Berg and the substitute Zanoni. And no surprise, Leonardo at striker offered absolutely fuck all. Again, we'll push back Bundaberg. We're going to push back. So might need to make some decisions here, I think. We've got, do we go with me and Scotty? Scotty, if you're around me, just let us know if you're in the chat. Because we could do me and you now. Aborigines against Hobart, I think we'll go with now. I've seen Daz in the chat, and I don't think Dan could make it in advance. Scott will do me and you next, mate, after this one. Aborigines, who are on 6 points, they are with a 1 win. We'll go with me and you next, bud. Signs of promise over the last couple of weeks, beating Blitz, point with Dragon. But yeah, Daz keeps the faith and has done a few deals to keep himself in the mix. Over at the Hobart Heathens, this is how they go compared to last match. It's just a change at centre half with Melito coming back in for Lawson. Hobart can't really get a bit of a run together. They kind of 1-2, drew 1, lost 1, and that's really their pattern for the season. 1-1, drew 1, 1-1, lost. So it is consistency the killer for Hobart at the minute. Although they're capable of beating anybody on that day. They're the reigning champions. 1 minute played. Nowotny with a big tackle there. Fine save from the Origines keeper. Amoroso with a half a chance, but puts it wide. Serginho, who's probably been the standout of Daz's players, puts one wide. Michelini into the book. 22 minutes played. Feels like a little bit end-to-end this. Ronaldinho getting involved, but he has been quiet since he's came in for Hobart. Tomazzi into the book now. Lots of free kicks. Two teams absolutely kicking tons of shit out of each other. Inzaghi, who has had a couple over the last few games. Hobart on top, but nothing really to shout about in the course of that first half. We'll go to Daz first of all because he's in the chat. Frey and Rio Ferdinand on 8. The rest on a 7 or below. He rolls to 60. We'll just show Dan when he wants to watch that back. If he's not around, that Tomazzi is on an 8, and the rest are pretty average again. So there's not much in it in terms of stats wise. And I haven't seen Dan, so we will indeed roll to 60. Frey, who's having a good game, and there is Emerson, who is a bit of a cult hero for Dan. Those pop up with big goals when it's needed. And there is the equaliser for Amoroso. Daz was getting increasingly frustrated with Amoroso that he really hadn't done anything like he'd done for the Vikings. And we jump over to the Albury Wodonga straight away. 6s and 7s with Frey and Ferdinand maintaining those 8s. Amoroso on 74%, but you're not going to be bringing him off after he's just scored a goal to get you back in the game. Over to the Heathens whilst we wait for Daz's changes. We'll see what Daz wants to do. Tony for Rossini. Lawson for Silakovic. Bit of a freshen up top, and we will roll because we haven't seen Dan. 61 minutes played. Aborigines just feel as though they're coming into the game again. We've jumped 25 minutes out of absolutely nowhere. Serginho now, Frey delivers upfield. Is Serginho going to have something to say about this? He's been really good here tonight. But is there a sucker punch coming from the Heathens? Inzaghi there. Remember, we had 7 away wins. Inzaghi, double save from Frey. Double save from Frey, from Ronaldinho, and then Inzaghi at the end there absolutely kept them in it. Ronaldinho gave them what to do in the ball, header by Ronaldinho, Frey fingertip save, Inzaghi on the rebound, Frey parried it, and then Gattuso removed the danger. Rio Ferdinand, man of the match, what a player he is. And Hobart with nothing massive other than Tomazzi 9. But again, any point away in the All-Stars is a respectable one. We will go over to Dragons and the Warriors tonight. Dragons just bring Carlos back in, and Davids comes into right DM. Johnson coming back in at centre-half. Bit of a decent run, the Dragons. So this is a real test. After their pretty poor start, this is a real test against the team that have been the best. And I tell you what I didn't notice, Scotty. I didn't notice that you'd only been beaten once this season until tonight when I've loaded up. That is absolutely incredible, given the fact that everybody's more or less beating everybody week in, week out. This is how they go tonight. Zidane in there with the Diag, Rivaldo, Figo, Harasimovic and Shevchenko, on the solid foundations of Kimuna and Okoronkwo at the back. Best of luck, Scotty, mate, as we get underway. Dragons are in there really. Carlos with the drive, puts it wide. Carlos, who I think was really, really good for for Scotty in the last save. Cliver again adds to his tally. He's been an inspired signing. Never in a million years did I think he would be as good as he is when he came in. Dragons are 1-0 up. Mackay puts it off target. That could be a really big miss, and it is a really big miss because there is Rivaldo and there is Shevchenko. Oh, he's just offside. Shevchenko, who is heading to the Dragons, could have gave a goodbye present to his previous club. This is end to end. This Dragons fired out the blocks, and then from absolutely nowhere, Wanaganu came and started doing bits. Cafu and Carlos struggling there at left and right midfield. Over to the Warriors, who looked like they were going to score a second and maybe even a third if that one had stood from Shevchenko at half time. And we'll just wait and see what Scott wants to do. I'm conscious he might be wrestling with the Ben. As is from Scotty, and it's an as is from Dragons. We'll see how that goes on. Nahilacek, who has been class, by the way, for Scott since he brought him in, again is involved. Lots of offsides for Scotty. Oh, Mackay puts it wide, and the Dragons will make a change. Gallardo will come on, and D'Alessandro will come on. I think that's just about it, and then we'll just have a look at the Warriors. And we'll see what Scotty wants to do. Could be a big 30 minutes for both teams here. Dragons would absolutely bite your hand off for a draw, I think. Whereas Warriors are just in that run of form at the moment where they'd be looking to win every game and get that queue as soon as possible. So Scotty does go Robbie Keane for Figo. Best of luck, Scott. Half an hour to play. We'll see what happens here. With half an hour to play, Archie back putting one wide. Gallardo hits the bottom of the post. There is definitely a goal coming. But which way is it going to go? Vieira sent off, and that presents Dragons with a little bit of a problem. We're going to sub the sub, unfortunately. We're going to sub the sub, which is never a good move. And we'll try and hold on. Scotty, is it a red card? So we'll see if you want to do anything there, bud. Nothing from Scotty. With about 10 minutes to go. Was he the last man, or was it penalty, or it's a free kick? Buffon with a big save. Another save from Buffon. 3 minutes to play. Can the Dragons hold on? Can the 10-minute Dragons hold on? This is why you need that depth in. Oh, and it's another red one. And this game has absolutely came to life in the last couple of minutes. 2-footer from Kimuna. Look to be a second yellow rather than a straight red. So we'll see what Scotty wants to do. Ooh. Sheva for Chatradze. 2 at the back. And I'm guessing that, Scott, you just let us know what you want to do about arrows and stuff there, mate. Lovely. Okay, spot on. Again, I don't know if it was a last man or and that is the final whistle. And to be honest, I think both of us will probably be happy with a point there. Felt as though Dragons might nick it at the end. Buffon with a big game. But Warriors were brilliant from about 30 minutes to 60 minutes onwards. They could have had 2 or 3. Yeah, but good away point and a man of the match performance for Rivaldo. Played Scott. Yes, they are indeed, mate. So we do have seen OB dropped in, and I haven't seen Steve, and I know, well, I have seen Steve, 9:10. Brilliant. This is how we'll go. So here's the two boys. And then over to Vanuatu, who were on a good little run until Dimble kind of stopped them. Excellent, lovely, good stuff. And this is how we go. look at Constantino every stream and think, oh, I've got to go and get him. But then you remember how close this league is in terms of, people knowing what they're doing and having value in their transfers. Oh, and Hedman, who has been so good for Vanuatu for so long, is off. And this is a big, big moment in terms of the league. OB, if you're there, remember you do get a chance to change things when the opponent goes down to 10. But by no means do you have to. So it's Lusenhoff for Canizares. And centralise Diego. Steve, you just give that a thumbs up, mate. Yeah, three reds inside 2 games. And a red before that, I think. Roll it from OB. Steve, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm just going to click on, mate. 4 minutes in. Yep, okay, we'll go. Oh, and it is Ibrahim Saeed, best penalty taker on the game, if you ask me, who puts his side 1-0 up. I'd almost forgotten that it was a penalty, to be honest. I thought it was just a professional foul. And there is Ariel Ortega. What a turn up this is. The two Tavua boys, who've been solid, if unspectacular, are now in total control against a really good side in the league. But Van der Voort, who was just chatting to Steve the other night, and he was saying it's amazing how good he's been, and I would absolutely agree. Oh, Saeed's into the book. What a game this is. Desmond at half-time, and Tutuvua looked absolutely in control until that penalty and that foul from Ibrahim Saeed. Very little of the ball here from that defensive line. And Vanuatu have proven that they're not dead yet. Thuram and Samuel doing absolute bits. Yeah, what a first half that is. What a first half that is. And we'll just see if either manager wants to do anything about it. Roll from Steve. OB, if you let me know what you want to do. Yeah, sorry, mate. I realised that. I realised that I've done that and not showed you. Roll from Steve, and it's a roll from OB. And we get a 60 straight away. And this is how we look. Condition-wise, 90s and 80s. Steve 6s and 7s there, and an 8-4 contra. Who's going to blink first? In terms of chances, 1 chance each since the half. And Tutuvua do go on for Agahawa. Let me know if you're switching them with Saviola or B, because I know we did that last game, so we'll just do that and then you can confirm. Stay condition-wise, nothing to worry about really, mate. Keep it as that, okay, spot on. Not seen anything from you there, Steve, mate, so just if you need to resend it. Oh, there we go. Const for Extiberia. swap with Broζek. And that is all. Lovely, excellent. Best of luck to both. 25 minutes of play. Constantino in the box. Van Nistelrooy with a chance, but Samuel just kind of gets across. Van Nistelrooy again. It feels as though Titivo are potentially on top here, but then Constantino puts one wide, and a draw is a spectacular first half. Desmond and Ibrahim Said, despite conceding the penalty, also gets a man of the match performance for the sheer number of tackles he's tried. And not much to write home about for Steve there, but again, point on the road with 10 men is something to savour. We will go with Dimble Vikings. Dimble Vikings, first of all. This is how Dims goes. He is playing five-a-side, so we'll do our best to manage in his absence. And then Jens, who is at a Neil Young tribute, goes like this. Big game this, and unless I see either manager pop up, we'll just kind of crack on and make changes as logically as we can. And it is Thierry Henry, former Viking. And there is Hersey, who levels it after 12 minutes. And there is Maxim, who's been very, very quiet, but is he about to go on a bit of a purple patch? Vikings have turned this around in the manager's absence. 37 minutes played, free kick to Blitz, put it over the bar. And there is 2-2. Rui Costa, who I think might be on his way out, does get a goal. Again, we're not going to hang about because both managers are absent. Oh, Blitz looking all right. Toldo on a 5. Can't be justifying bringing him off for Kukachini. He ends up killers if it went tits up. So we'll go to 60. Oh, and 56 minutes. We will pause there. Mendieta into the book with Henry standing over a corner. And just for the watch back, we'll just show the lads where they were at. There's nothing condition-wise. Clumpy on a 76, but we'll roll with that. Beckham on a 10 as he's about to go out the door. And we'll roll till full time. 70 minutes played now. Is there a winner in this? Are we going to have another Desmond? Draws all around the league this evening. And Nelka with another chance. 2 minutes to play. It feels as though Blitz are going to steal this now. And Nelka into the book. And a Desmond again. Blitz absolutely dominant until the Vikings turned it around. And David Beckham with a man of the match performance with 2 assists before he steps out the door. Over the Thunder and the Bushrats again, 2 managers who are absent absent with advance notice. Hodgie is getting on board the Wanaganui bus with no striker. And then the Bushrats go as this is, which is more or less, well, it is as is, I think. And again, I think it's highly likely we might miss both managers, but we'll kick off. Bushrats just starting to string together some form. Vieri with a chance puts it wide. Crespo puts it over the bar. A lot of blue and black. A lot of blue and black. But to no avail. And there is Crespo with his first ever goal. And Dejan Stankovic is off. In Hodgie's absence, we'll just go Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, which makes more sense. And we will roll at half time. As Bushrats look for a second now. Free kick to Townsville, but nothing comes of it. And they've generated absolutely nothing in terms of attack and threat. 5s from Ferguson, 5s from Del Piero, and a 6 from Dede. Over at the Bushrats, really, really good, apart from Duff and Lassisi, who have been fairly quiet, and that's probably the only reason why. So in the absence of both managers, we will go up to 60, do a quick pit stop at 60, and see where we go from there. Townsville withheld the pressure. Have they mustered a shot yet? They haven't. Oh, there is. Spud is here. Good timing, Spud. I'll just show you your ratings, mate. 60 minutes, 1-0 up. You've absolutely battered him. He hasn't had a shot at all. 6s and 9s and 8s and 7s all across the board. Really, really good. Really strong. And then there's Hodgie. So if you just let us know what you want to do, Spud. I can't see you changing too much, to be honest with you. It's not even a yellow card that you need to protect, mate. You've been absolutely dominant. That's their formation, mate. Let me know what you want to do, bud. Emerson for Mike Duff. Yeah, it didn't come through. Oh, it did come through. Missed that. Cheers for repeating, bud. And there is a Dielson who has been really, really good for the Bush Rats since coming in. This experiment from Hodgie has absolutely not worked at all. Cruise control, really dominant. One shot off target. Force for Ferguson, force for Mendes de Silva, I believe. And that is pretty straightforward as you can get for the Bush Rats. Which takes us to the classifieds that look like this. Aborigines 1-0 with Hobart. Bundaberg Blitz 2-2 with the Vikings. Bushrat 2-0 against Townsville. Rapa Nui with the performance of the night 3-0. Dragons and the Warriors 1 apiece. Tutavua 2s each. And Wanaganui and AFC Nukfalua on 2-0. And that is how the league looks. Really, really tight around here. But Warriors, Wanaganui and Rapa Nui really starting to pull away. Yet no away wins tonight after having 7 away wins on Sunday last night. We got the fixtures. So fixtures will be Wanaganui Dragons, Tutavua Vikings, Rapa Nui Townsville, Hobart Warriors, Bushrats, Nikifalua and Blitz Unicorns, and Aborigines and Vanuatu. I will save the game there, boys. I'm going to grab a bath. And I will then do any transfers that are on the sheets. So you've got about 20 minutes to get transfers updated. And then I'll do packs, mate, and we'll be good to go. All right. Good night, lads.